6 key points that you need to know about this powerful snow moon in February 2025. Hi, I'm Gretchen Heidel, and I'm going over the big full moon here. It's going to be taking place, the peak of it, the height of it, the pinnacle of it is going to be on Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. This is going to be a very powerful full moon. The peak of it is going to be at 8:53 a.m. Eastern time or 5:53 if you're on the West Coast of the United States. This is going to be very powerful energies, and I'm just going to be going over some key things. There's a lot of energy preceding this full moon and a lot of energy even after the full moon. So you won't want to miss this. Number one, it is going to be in the astrological sign of Leo. Okay, so 24 degrees Leo, and it is a very, very creative moon. There's going to be a lot of self-expression. Now, when you think of the moon is our emotions, and there's going to be big emotions around this Leo moon because Leo is associated with being a little bit, having a lot of powerful self-expression, a little bit dramatic for sure. And there's going to just be a lot of feelings. There could be a lot of creativity, a little bit of love and romance thrown in there for sure. And so there's a lot of themes around personal power. The ruler of this full moon is actually the sun, because the sun rules Leo. And so it's interesting because we're going to be really fired up, and this could be quite a bold full moon for sure. There's going to be a lot of emotions. Number two, the sun is going to be playing a really big role in this full moon because, yes, during all full moons, the sun and the moon are always opposing each other. The sun is currently at 24 degrees Aquarius. The moon will be 24 degrees Leo, and they will be opposite of each other. That always happens during the full moon. However, what's different is Mercury is going to be conjunct, the sun. The peak of that actually happened over the weekend on Sunday, February 9th, where they came together exactly, and they're still together in the astrological skies right now. So with Mercury being in Aquarius also conjunct the sun, they're together like this right now. We're adding and infusing an additional layer of communication, travel, wanting to learn new things, kind of exploring with our minds and kind of wanting to figure things out. So with this extra infusion, it's going to produce more communication. There's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of texting, a lot of email exchange and whatever. We could be hearing some news either in our personal lives or even on the media, news channels, all those types of things. There's going to be a lot of information overload during this particular time, and especially the whole week. It's not just the full moon, it's the whole week. Number three, the thing that's going to be happening at the same time is Uranus is going to also play a big role in this particular full moon. You can see from this little diagram that I brought here that we have the sun is going to be conjunct Mercury, going to be opposing this full moon, and then the moon and them will all be squaring Uranus, and Uranus is going to play a big role. Uranus is also going to be in the astrological sign of Taurus. And so now we have the infusion of all of the fixed signs are going to be activated here, even the one that's missing from this dynamic, which is Scorpio. Now with the infusion of Mercury being involved, what's going to happen is on Monday, February 10th, Mercury is going to form the exact square to Uranus. And then the next day on Tuesday, the sun is going to form the exact square to Uranus on the 11th. So we have the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and then the 12th, which is the peak of the full moon. So you can see how this is really leading up to this full moon and why things might have been a little bumpy since last weekend. Okay, so if you were feeling that, I like to make these videos to validate you. Yes, it's a little bit interesting right now. Uranus is surprises, unexpected events. It is the wild card in astrology. So, and Uranus is also the ruler of Aquarius. I just told you the sun and Mercury are in Aquarius, and Uranus's ruler they're squaring that. So that's going to be extra potent. We could hear again about surprises, awakenings. We might wake up to something like a fresh piece of information, an epiphany, if you will, but also there could be reversals, shakeups, some kind of things that are sort of topsy-turvy, and we're not going to know where we stand with things. This is going to take a while to kind of sort out. This is a little messy energy. The key with all of this Uranus stuff is to have adaptability and flexibility, especially since Mercury and Uranus are so kind of interacting right now. This could definitely produce sort of shakeups, both out in the world, like with earthquakes or maybe even volcanic activity, but also in our physical bodies. So muscle spasms, tremors, palpitations, migraine headaches, seizures, any kind of thing like that, where the electrical system of the body is affected, that could be kind of coming up during this time. And of course, disclaimer, you have to see a doctor if, some of these things are happening in your own body, or if it's something that's weird or unusual for you. But I'm just saying that these things are coming up and they are going to be producing a lot of extra energy right now, and a lot of it is not settled or calm energy. So we want to really take care of our nervous system of our body right now, which involves grounding, centering ourselves, meditating, praying, whatever kind of brings you a sense of peace and a sense of being grounded in the body. That is very important during this time. Number 4, all of this energy, this full moon is now coming to a completion and ending. We're finishing something, we're wrapping something up. As with all full moons, we do that. But this all started back on August 19th, 2024. So what was going on in your life during that time? You might want to check your phone, look through your pictures, or look through your text messages or your daytimer book or whatever you do. But you might want to check in and see what was happening around that bubble of time, what was initiated during that time, because now we are finishing that cycle. We're completing it, we're wrapping up something, we're finishing something. Number 5, the astrological signs that are going to be most affected by this particular full moon. Now, we can all be affected by it, but it depends on what's hovering around this 24 degrees Aquarius Leo situation. If you have planets hovering around that, you're going to feel that for sure. Also, if you are a Taurus, because of Uranus's activity, and also the outlier. Okay, the outlier in this situation of the fixed signs is missing here, and that's Scorpio. Scorpios, you're going to be feeling this too. But what we really need to do is to look deeply, to dive deep into our feelings. Like, a lot of this is like up here, cerebral energy. Aquarius is very cerebral. Mercury, Uranus, they're all very cerebral. But we really need to kind of get more into our feelings. The missing link here, so it could be catharsis or psychology or something that we can kind of delve into that could be sort of powerful and give us additional insights to all of this kind of awakening energy that's going on. And last but not least, you want to burn or destroy your new moon manifestation list if you wrote it the last time. And this is also a good time to burn or destroy any other things. If you have old love letters hanging out, get them out, or things that you just, wanted to sort of dispose of or get rid of. This is a good time to do it. It doesn't have to be burnt. It is a symbology of releasing it out to the universe, but you could put it through the shredder, throw in the trash, whatever you want to do, but it's about releasing it. You're letting it go. You're letting the angels, the universe, whoever you pray to, take over from here, okay? Because that's what the symbolism is around releasing the list at this time. Because this is the cycle where we are going to release things as we head towards the next new moon. So between the full moon and the new moon, we're releasing, we're letting go, we're purging, we're getting rid of. And the next new moon is going to be coming on February 27th, and that's going to be in the astrological sign of Pisces. So we're going to be working towards that time, and it is going to be very powerful. Now, if you're seeing this video after the fact and you forgot to burn or destroy your list, you can always do so during the second chance full moon. That's what I call the second chance. It's actually the last quarter lunar cycle, and that'll be in between the full moon and the new moon, and taking place on February 20th. And that would be a good time to sort of release something and let something go, purge something, get rid of something as well. So remember, this is very powerful, potent energies. We're going to be experiencing and feeling this the whole week, okay, of the full moon, and this is a lot. The good news is, after the peak of the full moon, it'll start to release some of this energy. These planets will start to kind of move apart, and some of these energies will kind of be released. Now, wonderful stones that are great to meditate with or pray with if you need a little bit more chutzpah or some of that bold Leo energy, you need a little bit more self-confidence, are any of these stones that are kind of sort of orangey, kind of orangey reddish in color, like carnelian. This is actually tiger iron or argonite, but any of those types of colors of stones you want to work with during this time. I love that burnt orange color, which is very much associated with Leo. Okay, now I'm going to pull some cards. What do we need to know during this particular full moon? Astrologically, I have my Major Arcana Tarot deck here, and I'm going to pull some cards. What do we need to know? Oh, of course. Of course. I'm going to pull a couple more cards, but the first card here is the Sun. Okay, we need to have confidence. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to believe in a higher power. Look at that beautiful connection. Leo is associated with heart energy. Actually, Leo is the heart and the spinal cord. So, this person is really living with a full heart here, giving themselves over to God, Buddha, Allah, whoever you pray to, and sort of really just having sort of some belief, some confidence to try to be more positive and optimistic, those types of things. The Sun card is really a powerful card. Yes. Oh, God. All the Leo cards are coming out here. Strength. This is usually depicted in tarot as a person with a lion, and this person in this card is half person, half lion. And this is just reminding us to have strength, to have willpower, to, fight against whatever it is we need to fight against, that you have the strength to get through life's problems and things that are going on. The biggest test of Leo actually in life is typically strength. Leos are always having to kind of fight against things, which is very common for a lot of the fire signs, are having to sort of fight for things or fight against something or trying to work their way through some challenge. And so with this, just know that you have strength, that you have, this confidence that you're going to be able to do this. Something that's striking about these two cards is we're kind of doing this alone. I mean, we might feel a little bit unsupported right now, or a lot of people are kind of caught up in their own stuff. And so that's good to keep in mind, that it's a little bit of inner fortitude that we need during this time. I'm going to do one more card. What else do we need to know about this full moon time? Beautiful card. The Star. Wow, we have a theme going on here, with connection to the stars aligning and to the universe and to, again, God or our higher power. It's a good time to pray. The Star card is an amazing card as well. It's all about, again, believing in ourselves, that whatever we're working towards is going to be, follow your star, like your North Star, and you can work on something. The Star is literally about, sort of performing and getting out there, having awards, accolades, and different things. But just remember that there might be a deeper meaning to all of this that's going on, that we have to have faith, and we have to have, sort of just belief in the future. And so that is basically what is going on with this particular full moon. I hope that this mini card reading helped you in a description of what's going on. And if you want a personalized astrological session with me, feel free to reach out. I'll put all my details in the description below, and have a great week.